Hi, welcome to Brainy Burst. This is Premvada and we are going through the CSS3 tutorials. So let's start with the transition. First, property transition is basically used to increase the width or height, or like to transit a particular element. Like supposing this is the transition property. Here we actually specify the name of the CSS property like width or height that will be affected. Possible values like none, all, property, initial, inherit. So like supposingly we take a div element. Over in a div element, I'll show you by the demo. So over here I have taken a div element whose height and width is 200 pixels. It is basically a square, and I have given it some background color. So now it looks like this. So over here, when you hover upon div, the height will become 400 pixels. Like this. So now here we mention the transition property is height. One more thing that you have to keep in mind is that your initially like original height transition property is like this, but for Firefox like Mozilla you have to append -moz in front of this transition property. If you're using Safari or Chrome, then you have to append -webkit then transition property, or if the Opera is there, then you have to mention -o transition property. So like supposedly you don't know on which browser your application will run. So for the security point of purpose, or like you do not want it to be bad, so you have to include each and every line over here, like because you do not know what the user might use. So let's write this thing. I'll just copy paste this thing. Okay, I have to copy paste only this. So now as I'm using Chrome, so this WebKit will be processed. So now you can see the same effect. It is saying that the transition property is height. After that, the transition duration. This property is basically used to specify the time that a transition effect will take to complete. It can be in seconds, like you have to write 5s, or it can be in milliseconds, you have to write ms over here. So supposingly I write 5s. I have to append WebKit over here. Save it, refresh it. So now when you hover upon div, you can see that it will take 5 seconds to finish off the transition. Initially it was transiting at once, now it is taking 5 seconds to finish the transition or going into the previous position. After that we have the transition timing function. This property specifies the speed curve of the transition effect. Like we have the possible values like ease, it is basically the default one, specifies the transition effect with a slower start, then fast, and then end slowly. If you write linear, this specifies transition effect with the same speed from start to end. Ease in specifies transition effect with a slow start. Ease out specifies transition effect with a slow end. Ease in out specifies transition effect with slow start and end. So let's see the ease one. Save it and refresh it. So now you can see that it is going a little bit faster, and in the end it has become slower. It is fast and then now slow. So sometimes you may need to show the animation. So for most of the purpose it can be used. So now I'll see the transition delay. This property specifies the delay when the transition will start. Like supposingly when you hover upon it, it will start immediately, but I want it to start after some seconds, like 1 second I want it to start. Save it, refresh it. So now when you hover upon it, you can see it has taken 1 second, and after that it has started the transition. After that we have, this is the transition shorthand property for all the transition properties. Like this is the sequence. First you have to mention the transition property, that is you can mention the width or height or none, all, whatever. Then the transition duration, then transition timing function, and then transition delay. So let's copy paste it. And I can delete the initial ones because I want this one to process. Refresh it. So now I have to mention height over here, as my hover property is on height. So now you can see that it is working. That is the shorthand property, the transition. So this was for the transition. Thanks and have a nice day.